Well, welcome back to another episode. Up on the lift here, we have a family member's 2007 Dodge Ram 3500 HD with the 6.7 Cummins in it that developed a axle issue while he was hauling a load of pea gravel, I believe. So this truck has an alarmingly low number of miles on it, about 25,000. He's got a mason dump on it. He mainly uses it for property maintenance. But what I believe happened was he heard some bangs and loud clunks out of the rear axle going around a corner with a load of stone in the back, and then ultimately lost forward motion via the rear axle. This has the 11.5-inch AAM axle with the anti-slip posi, their version of it, carrier in there. So the bizarre thing about this is it will still back up in two-wheel drive, put it in reverse, without complaint, without noise. It will go in reverse. And in two-wheel drive, if you put it in drive, with your foot on the brake, it makes a sort of a weird buzzing, clicking noise out of the rear axle, similar to if you threw an automatic transmission into park while you were driving, like it's bouncing off a park pole, which obviously doesn't apply to the rear axle. With your foot on the brake, you're unable to affect the drive shaft. If you look under the truck, while the truck is stationary in drive, the drive shaft is continuing to spin, yet the wheels are not turning. Don't understand that. And if you put it in four-wheel drive, which is how I pulled it in here and got it on the lift, obviously they've got the engagement of the front axle and it's doing the work. You don't really hear a noise out of the rear axle again. Super strange. Let's get under there. We're going to pop the cover off the differential and take a look inside. My money's on that the limited slip anti-spin unit, the clutches or something exploded. I think if the ring and pinion had the issue, it wouldn't go backwards either. And with such low mileage on it, I don't really see how that could be. So let's climb under there. Let's get this cover off. Take a look and see what we find. This last bolt here is really giving me a hard time. Coffee break. All right, we're back at it. Okay, we got all the bolts out. New England road salt is not friendly to even the lowest mileage trucks. These bolts are giving me a hard time, but looks like there's some forbidden glitter in this oil here, but all the bolts are out, so let's get this cover off of here. Oh, we've got metal. Oh, that's not good. Well, you know, you can't really tell if it's, at least yet, metal coming out of here or if it's just crap from the rust and scale on the housing cover. So, let's let that drain. Okay. So, I don't know how well is the sway bar. You can see the inside the posi or the limited slip unit. What would be the equivalent of a spider gear in an open differential has absolutely no teeth left on it. So let me get a rag here, and I'm going to root my fingers around in there and see if this is just wear that did this, or if we have pieces of gear. Oh, we've got teeth. Lots of teeth and lots and lots and lots of forbidden glitter. Okay, well, I think it's those teeth that stripped off of that limited slip carrier. All right, well, that's a whole lot better. The ring gear looks totally fine. That's the tone wheel for the rear wheel ABS. That's obviously that's good shape. Yeah, we just have lots and lots and lots and lots of forbidden glitter. So we'll see what we're going to do with this. I'll try to get a price on the carrier, the limited slip carrier. The other option is to ditch that and get an open carrier and spider gears. I'll have to read up a little bit on this flavor of axle and see if that is just something you can swap without and just transplant the ring gear. Well, either way, this all has to come out of here, but transplant the ring gear onto the open carrier, but I'll see if he wants to go back in with a limited slip. Kind of funny how, well, I guess it does make sense how it would still give you a reverse, but there's enough, the way the gears are, the helical cut on the gears, and it gives you, there was enough teeth left that would engage in reverse. Probably wouldn't if you had a load in the truck, or you know, you were trying to go up kind of a big hill or something like that, it probably would have been the end of it. But in reverse, that is. But that's hopefully you can get a shot of that. It's real hard under here to see. If you look in the, let me come around this way with the camera. In fact, let me take it right out of the tripod. This will be better. And I'm going to reposition my light. But up inside there's no teeth left. I mean, very little. And if anything, that's how it was able to engage reverse. But that's what happened. You know, he had a load in here, and it's kind of interesting. When I looked at the build sheet or the window sticker with him, for such a heavy spec truck, I'm not sure why that was in there. Those are not exactly the most robust things in the world, but we'll see what he wants to do. I'm gonna have to check price and availability on the limited slip carrier, but that's what has to happen. This is a full floating rear, so the axles are pretty easy to get out. But you can see what road salt does. He needs an exhaust too, which is amazing, you know, for a diesel truck with such low miles. It's crazy, but it is what it is. So, well, that's all I have. It'll be here, you know. I'm gonna have to source parts and come up with a game plan, but that's what happened. Never heard a noise like that before in my life. Just this buzzing, horrible buzzing. But it makes sense. It's the these teeth bouncing off what little was left to them. So, all right, well, stay tuned. More to come on this truck as we come up with a game plan and get everything taken care of.